All right, let's talk about that dream. You know the one. As the new year kicks off, full of resolutions and fresh starts. For so many of us hunters, it's that persistent vision, right? Having your own dedicated hunting ground. Picture this. No more battling crowds on public land, no parking lot skirmishes at the crack of dawn, just exclusive access, a quiet corner you can call your own for the whole season. It's more than just a place to hunt. It's peace of mind, strategic control, and a whole new level of experience. So, okay, how do we finally make that dream of exclusive hunting access a reality this year? This deep dive is all about hunting leases, what they are, why they're surprisingly maybe within reach for many, and the practical steps to secure one. We've sifted through a stack of sources to give you the clearest path forward.
Exactly. For you, our mission today is to cut straight to the chase. We'll show how hunting leases are a powerful, practical alternative to the massive undertaking of land ownership, or even those often expensive, short-term guided hunts. Think long-term, exclusive access. And we'll arm you with the actionable steps to make it happen.
Now, hunting lease, that phrase, it often conjures images of like ultra-wealthy hunters, vast estates, something completely out of reach for the average person. But our deep dive suggests, well, quite the opposite. What is a hunting lease really at its core, and why is that perception maybe a bit misleading?
Yeah, forget the huge down payment of buying land or the, let's face it, the unpredictable hassle and shared space of public access. A hunting lease, at its core, is your ticket. It's securing long-term exclusive use of private land for you, your family, maybe your hunting crew. It's about gaining control of your hunting experience without that enormous financial commitment of actual property ownership. What's truly fascinating is how this emerges as a direct and often much more affordable alternative, compared to both high-cost guided trips and the inherent uncertainties of public wildlife management units.
That idea of control, that's truly the game changer here, isn't it? I mean, who hasn't felt that pang of frustration, seeing someone else already in your favorite public land spot, or finding your trail camera maybe tampered with? So beyond just avoiding the public land scrum, what were the real standout perks? What jumped out at you from the sources? What makes this truly transformative?
The benefits are really compelling, and they directly address those frustrations you just mentioned. First, and most obvious, is that exclusive access. Private land, without the massive financial hit of buying it, but it goes deeper. Imagine this. Pre-lease scouting. You can put your boots on the ground before committing. Scout year-round, in person. Strategically place your trail cameras, set up your stands, your blinds, exactly where you want them. You literally dictate your entire hunting environment.
Wow. Being able to scout year-round and place stands anywhere. That's a level of immersion and strategy most public land hunters, well, they only dream of that.
Absolutely. And it opens up possibilities like genuine habitat management. You can actually implement your own wildlife and habitat plans. Imagine planting specific food plots tailored to deer, creating bedding areas for turkeys, or even managing timber to shape the specific game you're after, really making the land work for your hunting goals. This could even extend to managing for, say, older age class trophy deer, which is a major draw for a lot of folks. And this direct control, it translates into higher quality hunting, no question. You'll experience significantly lower hunting pressure and typically find more abundant game densities. That's just characteristic of private lands. Furthermore, safety and security are greatly enhanced. Knowing exactly who has access, that provides immense peace of mind. And on the practical side, a lease is often considerably less expensive than purchasing land outright or, repeatedly using hunting outfitters for short, pricey trips. Plus, you gain the ultimate flexibility. Hunt based on your own schedule, with the confidence that no one else has hunted that specific spot right before you arrived.
That really hits home for anyone who's ever raced the sunrise to a public spot only to find another truck already there. Ugh. No more guessing. No more competition for prime real estate. So this isn't just about hunting, it's about a better, more personal, and potentially far more rewarding overall experience. It really sounds like a fantastic way to elevate your hunting goals for the new year. Sounds compelling, right? The natural next question is often, okay, great, but how do I even begin to find one of these spots? Thankfully, our deep dive revealed a pretty clear strategy to get you started.
Indeed. The initial steps involve some self-reflection first. Narrow down your priorities. What's your ideal location? What species do you primarily want to hunt? And importantly, what are you genuinely willing to pay? That's key. Once you have those parameters in mind, there are essentially two main paths to finding a lease. The first, and often the most efficient, is using a third-party hunting lease company. Companies like Basecamp Leasing was one our sources highlighted. They offer significant advantages. You get professional insight, they have established relationships with landowners already, and they streamline the entire process. They actually inspect, document, and post detailed online profiles of properties. This allows you to filter by state, county, property type, helps you match your exact preferences. It's kind of like having a real estate agent just for hunting land. Takes a lot of the guesswork out. The other path, of course, is the old school method, simply driving up to properties and knocking on doors. But let's be frank, our sources note the downsides here. It's a tough proposition. You'll likely face more rejections than, well, a bad dating app profile. And landowners, they might be hesitant due to past negative experiences. Plus, even if you do secure access this way, you'll probably be sharing the land with others.
Right, so less knocking on strangers' doors hoping they don't call the sheriff, and more browsing professionally vetted properties online. And that sounds like a significant win for efficiency and peace of mind. And just a quick side note for those upgrading their gear this season, our sources also mentioned that if you're migrating existing hunting data, platforms like HuntStand make it super easy to transfer all your valuable info. Keep that in mind. All right, so you've narrowed down your ideal spot and you know how to search. But is there a sweet spot? A perfect time to lock down a lease? Or can you just jump in anytime the spirit moves you?
Well, the most practical answer is always whenever you can afford it, right? But strategic timing is absolutely crucial for success. It really is. You can't just expect to secure a lease, days before opening morning for deer season. That's not realistic. Securing a lease takes time to set up the details, work through agreements, acquire the necessary insurance. So building in lead time is definitely key. Don't wait. You also need to be acutely aware of the landowner's schedule. Be mindful of their busy seasons. For instance, most row crop farmers, they're incredibly busy during the fall harvest, the spring planting season, or maybe if they're summer grazing cattle. Trying to get their attention when they're swamped can be counterproductive. Working around their schedule is important, especially if you're looking to build a good long-term relationship, which you absolutely should be. What our sources pointed out is that the start of the new year, right about now actually, is often a really opportune time. Why? Because landowners and hunters alike might be looking for a change. Current leases might be expiring, or maybe issues from the previous season prompt new openings. A lot of leases could be opening up, offering you a fresh start for those new year hunting goals.
That's a great insight. Thinking about it from the landowner's perspective, that's just smart strategy. Because this isn't just a transaction, is it? It's really about building a relationship, a foundation for long-term access. What are the essential elements for fostering that successful, lasting connection with a landowner?
Absolutely, it's a partnership. It has to be built on trust and mutual respect. And the single most important thing you can bring to the table right away, hunting liability insurance, sometimes called hunting club insurance. Liability is a scary word to a landowner, especially when they're considering allowing strangers onto their property. This insurance, often a robust policy, maybe like a $5 million one, is crucial. It acts as a safety net, protecting the landowner from potential liability if an accident or property damage were to occur while you're on their land. It just makes saying yes a much easier answer for them. Beyond insurance, though, offering assistance around the property can be a huge perk, a really big one. Proposing to help with tasks like cutting firewood, maybe maintaining fences or making small repairs, it shows your willingness to contribute and genuinely be a good steward of their land. Clear, consistent communication is also vital. Always keep the landowner informed. Let them know when you'll be on site, whether it's for setting stands, planting food plots, or actual hunting. This helps them know what to expect, avoids any surprises. And critically, make it unequivocally clear the landowner has the final say in everything. Everything. Show willingness to contribute in other ways too, like maybe only taking does or helping with predator control. Anything you can do to sort of earn your keep goes a long, long way in fostering that positive relationship and securing your spot for years to come.
That's excellent advice. It really transforms you from just a temporary visitor to more of a trusted partner in like land stewardship. It shifts the dynamic entirely.
Definitely.
But speaking of dynamics, let's zoom out a bit. Are hunting leases still kind of a niche thing, or is demand for them actually growing? And what factors ultimately impact their cost?
Yeah, this is a really important bigger picture point, and it directly relates to that desire for the controlled experience we talked about earlier. The market reality is simple. Hunter demand for exclusive access to private property. It's growing every single year. It's definitely not a niche anymore. It's a rapidly expanding trend, driven by increased hunting pressure on public lands, declining public access in some areas, and just a general desire for a higher quality, more personalized hunting experience. And like any market, lease prices are determined by supply and demand. They vary significantly depending on several key factors. These include the specific state, the county, the type of property itself. For instance, a small wooded tract ideal for deer in a highly sought-after county. That'll command a different price than a large open field tract in a less populated region. Makes sense. The known game densities and the potential for trophy quality on that specific piece of land play a huge role, naturally. Tag availability in that area, the overall geographic location, these also contribute significantly to the price. Essentially, a property in a high-demand area with known trophy potential is going to command a higher price than one in a less sought-after region with lower game densities.
Gotcha. So understanding these market dynamics, knowing what influences lease prices, it really empowers you, the listener, to navigate the market more effectively, helps you set realistic expectations and find a lease that truly fits both your budget and your hunting goals. It sounds like a hunter who knows their priorities and does their homework can definitely find their sweet spot. We've covered a lot today. From the core benefits that exclusive access and control a hunting lease offers, to the strategic steps for finding and securing one, and maybe, most importantly, how to build those crucial lasting relationships with landowners. It really is a journey that could redefine your hunting future.
And that's exactly right. Our deep dive today has shown that hunting leases are, I think, a surprisingly accessible and powerful way to achieve those long-held hunting goals for the new year. They offer a unique blend of control, potentially higher quality hunting experiences, and even a sense of community, all without the immense cost and commitment of land ownership. It truly is an alternative worth exploring for many hunters.
So, as you plan your next hunting season, here's something to think about. What truly defines your ideal hunting experience? Is it the pursuit of a trophy, the solitude of nature, or maybe the camaraderie with your hunting partners? And how might a hunting lease be the key, the actual key, to unlocking that exact vision for you this upcoming season? It might be closer and more achievable than you think.